Okay, so there's obviously a lot of projects that come your way. You've obviously worked with over 150 projects in your time. You've worked with on the investment side, and that enables you to see a lot of what's out there. So I would assume that a lot of people who are going to watch this are either in the midst of building something, have ideas to build something, or have already built something, but they're looking to scale it. So what would you say you really look for when it comes to a project? And is there anything that immediately puts you off when you see a project that comes into your peripheral?
Yeah, there is. We do see a lot. Everyone sees a lot. Now, not so much, which is good. But I do. There are a few. There's a bit of a playbook that I follow myself, and I've got the 3 S's. It's called specific, simple, and sexy, and that's something that I keep looking for in projects, founders when they're building or when they're even pitching to me. So it does come down to the pitching side of it. But when I see a project, and I don't really look at pitch decks, to be honest. Sometimes I do. I just go straight through it, but I don't. I want the team to tell me what is going on. I don't want to read it. You know what I mean?
So you're expecting the founder to come and pitch to you.
That's the biggest thing for me and it's not even about the pitch, it's about the energy. It's all about the conviction. And I also, I want to, because if you read a pitch deck, it just basically states what the money, where it's going. And it's not specific enough. It's like marketing, but then I don't want to know marketing. I want to know what sort of marketing and why do you need this money? A good founder comes to me with enthusiasm, a lot of energy, and they know exactly what they want for that money. So, they're coming to me at that point that they've tested something out, or they're getting some sort of success and they need X amount of money to get them to where they are. So as a founder, they need to know exactly in their heads and in their mind why they're coming to get money. Over many years, we've just seen people saying, I just need money.
Absolutely. And it's
you know
not
what I mean?
Anymore. And I think that's been the biggest shift in the investor field in our space. It's like you actually need an MVP or something.
And that's the whole thing of AI that's come into this place. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. And because there's no more excuses for you not to be enthusiastic, because you can easily come into a project and, I know that you're going from failure of not getting the money. And that's the thing, isn't it? Courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And I understand that, but I don't want to see the failure in the meeting. And if you're prepared and you know everything, founders know exactly, the good ones that I've talked to and the ones that have raised capital, and even some of the big boys in AI at the moment, some of these founders they blow you away. Because they know their numbers, they know their bottlenecks, they know how to communicate their vision, and they're clear, they're simple, and they're specific, and they're very sexy on what they want, and they're very passionate about it. So that's what I like to see. And then if I do see any problems, it's usually in the team, because that's what I go to first, and that's why I want them to tell me about what they're doing. And then, of course, solving a problem's a big thing, not a product. I want to solve a problem. So that's something I'm looking for as well when they're talking about it. And the founders, they have an idea of the problem. They're not just pitching the technology at me and basically giving me all these buzzwords and just keep talking about the technology. I feel like I'm in an interview with Russell Brand. It's just full of words and words and words, and there's no substance. But we need something here where there's your customer, you know what you're doing, and you're solving a problem. And from even that, then you can create everything, keep everything specific. And from there comes energy. So there's quite I would say, like a spiritual journey in all of that.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, anyone can have an idea, but the execution of being a founder and actually launching a company is 100% not for the weak. So I think energy is everything. Are you willing to do what it takes to bring this to market and be kind of selfless, because it is a selfless journey and you need to put all of it in. You sacrifice a lot as a founder because you have to put every cell of your being, or probably won't end up being successful. So,
and also your reputation and everything. And just one one ick is essentially when I've been in these meetings or as an advisor or come on consulting for a project, because we need to do our due diligence as well when we're coming in and then we are getting investors on board. So we have to get into the nitty gritty, and that's why I go straight to the founders. And that's something I want to talk about a bit later on or now, whenever. But it's, it's about understanding people. And when you're in these meetings and you're getting some traction, the rock star mentality and the ambitious, I would say, overspending of the capital and saying stuff like, oh, we'll get there when we get our Lamborghinis. And that sort of mentality to me just really freaks me out when I start hearing about the money side of things. So I think it's not about chasing the money. It's, it's going, money will come, as they always say. There's a cliche here. The playbook's there. We hear it all the time, but it's true. Like, you don't want to follow the money. And that's what I do, is keep everything simple, specific, and sexy, and bring things back, cut it down, trim it out, bring it back is what I always say.
Also, I think as soon as you start chasing the money, the further away it goes, right? You really need to focus on the value that you're bringing and the problem you're solving. And if it's of high enough quality and it's something that's genuinely needed, then you're going to be rewarded by that. And, if you make sure you've got the right revenue models and however, you've set it up, there should be a way for you to generate that capital, but there needs to be a willingness for that upfront grind always.
Agreed.